Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. For this Thursday, February 12th, I'm your host, Rod, here in, do we have the sunny Philadelphia? We have the sunny Philadelphia cam. Here in sunny Philadelphia, it's actually sunny here in Philadelphia. I'm here with some of my really good friends in the chat. I really appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get the applause going for you guys. We got Rob here. Who else we got here? We got Mitch here. We got BM. Good morning to you, sir. Christina Ray, good morning. How's it going? Oz, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Good morning. We got Parm, Aaron, and we also, I don't know if I said Rob already, but we got Rob here. Rob keeps everybody on point. Thanks for being everybody. This is the tech news. We'll talk about today's tech news, eInk news. We'll talk about random stuff along the way. We'll talk about me having a bad hair day. I'm looking crispy today. Listen, I told you guys the shot. So we're going to create some magic with this camera. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. But we got to talk about a couple things today. Really, today is just an update, you guys. We're going to talk about some tech news, too. I got a couple stories lined up to talk about. We need more stories. The RAM shortage is affecting everything. My ability to talk about exciting stuff is affecting that. But today is really about my experiences with the Form 4 and my progress with the nib. Oh, my goodness. I'm making progress. We'll talk about that too. But let's go ahead and get to the stories we have for today. Again, today is just an update day. We're updating today. That's basically all we're doing, but we're going to hit some tech news real quick. What do we got here first up? Samsung unveils the AI charged Galaxy S26 smartphones or is to unveil them on February 25th. So that's the Samsung Unpacked. Can we get rid of this? That's a Samsung Unpacked event that's coming. So if you guys are wondering what this is all about, I don't want to claim the offer. Why are they making me claim offers, chat? Oh boy, let's find a different story. There we go. That's Forbes. We don't want Forbes. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can look at this actual story here talking about the date. All right, there we go. Unpacked event, February 2026. Next AI phone makes your life easier. So this is basically their newsletter putting out the date that they're gonna do this. I think I might 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. So we won't be able to talk about it the day of, but we will talk about all this stuff the day after it happens. Autofocus is dialed in today. Mitch, I took your advice. I registered the face. I took your advice. Thank you. Dr. Ling, how's it going? Good morning. We missed Wednesday, so we have to go at least one rant today. No doubt. Yesterday I had, I apologize, you guys. Yesterday I had to meet with some Formlabs people to dial in the Form 4. And I think we're dialing it in I got another meeting with them today, which is why this is going to be a short show. And while this is just an update show, I'm telling you, they're helping me dial this in totally. So I'm going to be in with them for a few hours today. So they've been gracious enough to work with me. I got to give it to them. When you get a good customer rep at Formlabs, they treat you right. The dude I had before, the guy I got now, I'm not going to name any names. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. But the guy I had before my current guy, trash. I was regretting buying the device because of what he gave me nothing good. This device, the guy's like, yeah. We can do this. We can do that here. I'll help you out. We'll talk to the engineers. We'll get the settings dialed in for you. We'll send you a profile. We'll unlock some features for you. I got features unlocked for free. And paying when I'm having problems? You crazy? So we're dialing it in more today. So I got something to show you guys. This isn't the Form 4, but I told you guys I bought the Saturn, the Mars 5 Ultra, the smaller resin 3D printer because it has smaller pixels. And those smaller pixels are doing work. I can't wait to show you. Anyway, yeah, my bad, you guys. So that's why I missed yesterday's show because I was on video chats with Formlabs trying to get this machine dialed in because I want to know if I have to send it back. I want to make sure that my money is not going to go to waste. Like, it's expensive, and if I'm not going to be able to use it, then I want to be able to send it back. So I want to make sure I get this right before I make my mind up on this device, and I have to make it up soon. I don't have a lot of time. But thank you guys for hanging on with me and being patient with the show. You guys are great. You guys are the greatest. But anyway, moving on to some details about this. February 25th, Samsung Electronics will host Unpacked in San Francisco. Join us. We will unveil Samsung's new Galaxy innovations, making a new phase in the era of AI as intelligence becomes truly personal and adaptive. The event will be live streamed on Samsung.com, Samsung Newsroom, and Samsung's YouTube channel beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. So like I said, we won't talk about this on the show for that day, but we will talk about it the day after. Never talking about reserve credits and all the good stuff like that, but that's when the event is happening, and you can guarantee they're going to talk about the Galaxy S26 and some other stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this event. They always throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and just kind of sees what sticks, and a lot of it does stick. So and they're not afraid to throw innovation at something. You know what I mean? They're not afraid to try new things, which is what I like about Samsung. All right, moving on to the next thing we got up on the wow. Steam Deck, the OLED variant, sells out. I knew this before they sold out because I tried to buy me one, and I tried to look up buying me one. Amy, I wasn't serious. I wasn't going to buy it. I was just joking. I was thinking. I was researching about buying it. She'll be watching the show, so she. Oh, I heard you say this. I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? Yeah, I was researching it. Doing some research late night, and realized that if I wanted to, I don't. But because I was just doing research, I wouldn't be able to because their supply has been dwindling for a long time on this. So let's look into the details here. It's been over 2 years since Valve introduced the Steam Deck OLED, which while not more powerful than the LCD model, offers a large HDR display, higher refresh rate, and more efficient processor. Demand for the popular OLED model seems to have finally caught up, as it's now out of stock from the official Steam store in the United States. There has been no word on if Valve is discontinuing it, and would expect them to, as Steam Deck 2 is still likely years away. Well, they wouldn't expect them to because Steam Deck 2 is likely years away. Yeah, I don't see them updating this anytime soon, especially when they went and just made the Steam Machine controller look just like the Steam Deck. And if they did a new one, I would imagine the design language would change a bit. I would hope not. It's nice when designers put enough thought and effort into design that the design doesn't have to change with every iteration. You know what I mean? Now, that's not to say that you should hold on to a design too long. Apple held on to how iOS looked for a long time, and it's still holding on to how boring iOS looks. It needs to spice iOS up a little bit. Do something different. Innovate in the UI space. It's looking long in the tooth. I'm not going to hold you. But anyway, pressure on hardware manufacturers due to ongoing RAM and SSD shortages may be one reason the OLED is no longer stocked. Like I was just talking about at the top of the show. It's affecting my ability to talk about mainstream, important, exciting news. Nothing exciting is happening. Anyway, especially since Valve seems to have no trouble getting its new Steam Machine out the door. That Steam Machine is looking like more and more of a value right now as the RAM prices go up. What do we got here in the chat? Yeah, I do the same research late night, and somehow stuff ends up delivered to my house. Aaron, are you trying to get me in trouble? She's listening. You can't say things like, you're giving away secrets, Aaron. Calm down. Rants about RAM prices. You guys were waiting. Aaron, this is it. Still in stock in regions outside the U.S. All three Steam Deck models, the 256 gigabyte LCD, 512 gigabyte OLED, and 1 terabyte OLED, are currently listed as out of stock in the U.S. Wario64 on X grabbed a screenshot. The official Steam store has always been the best place to buy one of these handheld brand new. We tend to see third-party resellers or marketplaces drive up the prices. Of course, you can always find a used Steam Deck online if you like. And they're talking about places outside of the U.S. that you can still buy them. So we're here. They got Germany's out of stock of the 256, but then they got the 512 OLED and the 1 terabyte OLED. I'm not sure. Does anybody know if they're region locked? You know what I mean? Like gaming consoles are. Are they region locked? What would that even mean for a PC? That was dumb. That was a chat. Don't take me to task on that. That was not a smart statement. Another casualty of Ramageddon. Ramageddon. Hey, now iOS might look old, but it still works. It still works, right? But come on. You gotta do something new, refreshing. Make it look. They've learned some things. Add the things that you've learned. Just add those things. Oh, what else we got next up here? We noticed ads aren't being displayed. Oh, why do you want ads to be displayed, Polygon? Here, I'll help you. There we go. I turned off my ad blocker, Polygon, just for you. Just for you. Discord's ID requirement announcement has gone over terribly. Now, we talked about how they require an ID, facial ID for Discord for the next week. If you don't do it, you'll have a teen account. You know you don't want that. You know you don't want to be treated like a teen on Discord. So, do that face identification thing. Mitch says, LOL, I still have USB DVD drive that I hacked to region unlock. Oh boy. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. My hacking days are over, Mitch. So I'm glad I know you. You keep me in the loop. Let's talk about the details here. Unsurprisingly, Discord's teen by default, which you don't want to be a teen, chat. You don't want to be a teen. An ID verification announcement isn't going over well with its user base. On Monday, the messaging platform announced it will require all adult users in March to verify their age, like through submitting a video selfie to remove age-gated restrictions. Discord will view users who don't verify their ages as teenagers, meaning their suite of features will be restricted. For example, unverified users won't be allowed to into age-restricted channels or servers. They won't be able to unblur sensitive content. Why would you want to unblur sensitive? Why would you want to do that? No one wants to do that. The response by users was swift and universal. Was anybody here upset about that? Was anybody here upset about after hearing? I'm not sure if here was the first place you heard that, but was anybody upset about when they heard the news about Discord and the age verification thing? I just thought, well, this is what everybody's doing now. I didn't feel any type of way about it. You know how old Palm says, you know how many old non-tech people have iPhones? If they start changing that interface, they might lose. You know what this is sounding like, Palm? I mean, not that you're wrong. You're probably right. But you know who else people said that about? Microsoft. Is Apple becoming the Microsoft? Steve Jobs, don't say that again. We don't need Steve Jobs turning over in his grave. He's turned over enough. Leave him alone. But you're right, Palm. That brings up an excellent point, though. Is Apple becoming the Microsoft? Because people said, I distinctly remember people for years saying that about Microsoft. They can't change Windows. If they do, people go, and they did. People that's why Microsoft keeps the arcane the old native Windows 98. You can still see remnants of Windows 98 and Windows 11 now. The reason is because those hard tech admin dudes, they'd rather that UI, that old beige UI with a bunch of blocks. You can't even call them windows. They're blocks. You're not seeing anything through those things. They're not a window. So that's an excellent point, Palm. Set me off. Calm down, Palm. It's too early for this. The Rock says teens getting around ID verification has existed as long as IDs have. Okay, good point. You're right, The Rock. When you're right, you're right. And if teens can do it, gosh darn it, I can do it. Teens gonna. I'll never send a pic of ID to Discord, says Mitch. I think that was a sentiment, Mitch. I think what you're thinking right now was the sentiment of the whole internet. I just didn't care. I was unaffected by it all. Me neither. And looks like The Rock says me neither. It looks like we might need to upload IDs when Discord goes back on it. We're going to have to do something. Well, how about I just put up a picture of myself? How about I do that? Discord leaks 70,000 IDs. Yeah, there's a Discord leak all the time. Be careful on Discord. Also, Discord, everyone sends us your IDs. Trust us, bro. Also, Discord, everyone send us your ID. Trust us, bro. No doubt. Yeah, I mean, if Apple changes that iOS, I will be at my mother's house daily to show her how to use her iPad. No doubt. But That's sad though when you're so big you can't change. You know, that's the problem Microsoft found itself in a long time. Ballmer came and changed that. No matter what you think about Ballmer, especially how he looks, that's a big dude. I mean, you stop talking trash. I would not want to see him on my front porch. You know what I'm saying? He came in and changed that about Microsoft. So if, I credit him for that. If you left it up to Bill Gates, nothing would have changed. I will send my McLovin ID. Word, Rob. And content on Discord is peer-to-peer. How will Discord know what content is adult? Well, I think you answered your own question right there, The Rock. XP still has the best security. Does it, BM? That's interesting. Exactly, Mitch, says she. Discord does not need to know. Yeah. My fake Mr. Papa Giorgio? National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation, no doubt. I don't know that. I don't remember that name. But I do remember National Lampoon's. No, I didn't watch National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. That's a new one on me. But I'm a big National Lampoon's fan. Is National Lampoon's Chevy Chase? That was when I was in on National Lampoon. Like when Chevy Chase was around doing his thing, running and shaking and stuff. Okay, all right. That's the tech news, you guys. Let's get on to some of the eInk topics. And by eInk, I mean Reddit. And then we'll talk about the nib. Ba-ba-ba. I should do the show from back here. Can I? I should totally. And the light is right above me. I got the halo effect on the hair. Chat. This is the cinema. You guys are getting. Let me fix my sleeve if I'm gonna be in the cinema. Let me tuck. I feel like I should tuck my shirt in. Chat. This is the cinema. Okay. All right. Moving in. What do we got in Reddit news today? Not a lot. Not a lot. But this guy says stylus pen writes from the air. Chat. This is easy. This is easy. Reseat your nib, bro. Reseat your nib. Either that or replace the nib. That'll fix your problem right there. The nib has been damaged in some kind of way. It's been compromised. I know because I'm dealing with that right now. Rob says, The Rock, nice. Where should we send your cars? I run XP in a sandbox just to study it. Now, I know you didn't mean it to be funny, BM, but that was funny as hell. I run XP in a sandbox just to study it. That was a funny statement. Drum roll. No, not drum roll. I need that sound effect. I got to research that. That was funny as hell. All right. Stylus pen writing from in the air. That's an easy fix. That's your nib, bro. It's your nib. Replace the nib. If replacing the nib doesn't fix that, then it's your stylus. Then it's your stylus. We're looking at is that the V? It doesn't say what pen he has here. Oh, he pulls the pen out and put it back in or change it, but it makes no difference. It's the pen then, bro. Your pen's been compromised. It's time for a new one. Time for a new stylus. All right, what else we got here next? Supernote Pina. I don't know what that means, but let's check it out. Hi, do you know if the Lamy Vista refill from Supernote can fit inside standard Lamy All-Star pens bought on Amazon? No, they can't. But you know what can. You know what can fit the AL Star if you want ceramic. Bam, I got you. Right here, modified ceramic nib. This is the Supernote ceramic, but it's in a sleeve that will fit standard EMR pens like your Lamy. How do I know this? I have one right here, and I have I don't have this one. I got the crystal nib in mine, but to each his own. We got the modified ceramic nib if you want something more durable, we got this crystal nib. If you want something a little more stylish, a little more unique, then you go with that crystal nib. And if you just want to, if you wanted to buy the Lamy with the modified ceramic nib already in it, there you go. I got you. There we go. Perfect segue. I didn't plan that, chat. I didn't plan that. That was the perfect segue and transition into that. I can't make this up. Okay, moving on. That's what you do. Supernote Pina, Upper War 2999. That's what you do. You just go to rantsaboutech.com. You buy that Lamy with the ceramic nib already in it, and you know what? That's probably one of the best combinations in eInk. Okay, that's top 3 combinations in eInk right there. Got that Rant ceramic is better, no doubt. No doubt. I'm with that. They would fit the Lamy balloon pen, which is basically the Safari Vista Supernote uses. Yep. You know what else I noticed too? So, chat, I'm glad we're talking about nibs here, and we're gonna continue this nib conversation. But this pen right here, Aaron sent me this. Shout out to Aaron. I appreciate you. Aaron comes through with the nibs and the pens, or the pens. I really appreciate you, Aaron. I really do. If not for Aaron, I wouldn't have this. So what happened was this nib right here. Whoa, are we on manual? Oh, are we on manual focus, chat? Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Okay, autofocus. My bad, chat. So this pen right here is a ceramic nib pen bought on Amazon, right? And it is it was $35. And I was like, bump that. I'm just gonna buy those and use a ceramic in those. Well, 2 things wrong with that. The first thing would be this nib in here, after measuring it, is the same size as the Lamy Vista nib. And that nib is a little bit smaller than the standard heart of metal nibs you get, or the standard nib that's in the clickable pen from Supernote. So this whole casing that's in here, the whole casing is the same exact casing on the Vista. So they use the Vista internals on a really cheap pen. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at? Oh, I wasn't able to do that with my other camera. It was just, now I can just show something and bam, it's right back on me. Oh, I love that. Sony, you're doing it. Man, this is a great purchase. It's a great purchase. Anyway, so this pen right here, same insides as the Vista. Writes the same as the Vista, everything. So it's just in this cheap body right here. Right? This body is not the best. So it's just in a cheap body, but it is, it's the same thing. It writes the same. Now, I like the size of it because I'm looking for a housing for a pen to put in the Palma 2 Pro case I'm making. I'm going to use the Boox Inspire pen because it works good. It's metal and I like the way it looks. And it works well with the device, but I want something a little smaller so the bump in the back doesn't have to be as big. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is right now. So, but the interesting thing about this pen is not that. The interesting thing about this pen is that they took it down. This pen was $35. They took it down off Amazon for about a week, and then they put it back up, and they bumped the price up $30. So now they went from $35 to $65. And I'm like, I knew that price, that $35 was too good to be true. I knew it wasn't going to last because Supernote sells just the inserts for $50. How can this company sell a whole pen for $35? You see what I'm saying? It devalued other things on the market. So I knew the powers that be was not going to let that stand. Even if the company who was making them and selling them for $35 was making a killing selling them for $35, other companies weren't going to allow them to keep selling them for $35. Or either that or somebody bought out their whole stock and is reselling it at a $35 or $30 markup, which is probably the more likely scenario here. Somebody bought their whole stock, and because the pens don't look the same. They don't look like this. They're blue and they're way uglier than this. So somebody probably bought the stock, repackaged them, added $30 onto it. So now these things are $65 on Amazon. Oh, by the way, I saw a post on Reddit referencing your video for swapping nibs. Oh, snap, Dr. Ling. Listen, your boy's getting internet famous. Your boy's getting internet famous. I'm going to do because of the news I have today, I'm going to do an update to that video showing everybody how to do it in a way easier way. Because in my over a year and some change doing that process, I've learned some things. And I learned a way easier way to do it that I need to make a video updating that video on. So people who want to do it themselves have a way easier time at it. But again, if you want to do that Lammy operation yourself, go to rantsaboutTech.com, look at the video. But if you're like, oh, I couldn't cut the nib up and take the little rubber insert out, bam. This nib sleeve right here. This nib sleeve is that. It's the nib you need without the rubber insert. So you can just throw your ceramic nib right in there. I got you covered. What else we got here? What else we got? $60, that's crazy. At $35, it's a good pen, but at $60, just buy the ceramic nib. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. The $35 price tag devalued the rest of the market. So I knew that people who were invested in this space were not going to let that stand. If I had the money, I would have bought their stock out. I was planning on buying a ton of them, but I would have bought their stock all the way out if I had the money. And it looks like I said, somebody probably did and just is making a killing on them right now. The nib in that pen is nice, but I hate the pen. Yeah. I'm gonna send this back to you, Aaron. I thank you because this pen has a lot more value than it did when you first bought it. But what I'm gonna do is take the nib out of here, see how long it is, because I already measured the radius, the diameter, and I measured the housing of it, so I know it's the same situation that they got in the Vista. But I need to measure the length to make sure the length is the same, which I'm positive it is. Javier, Walmart has them for $35. Oh, snap. Walmart has these for $35? Say no more. I'm on Walmart.com today. I'm on Walmart.com today. Wait, I can just buy the sleeve and put the nib from my Hard Mellow 2 into the Lamy or scribe pen? Yep. Keep it. I don't need that pen. No doubt. Aaron, I will keep it. I actually like the size of this pen. I really do. I like the size of it. All right. So on to the next thing we got here, which is going to be what? Someone else asking, is this normal for their device? Like they can't swipe. And I'm thinking to myself, it's a remarkable. Oh, there we go. You're not going to get motion out of this. It has been happening more and more often of late, not just changing pages, but the device won't respond even when I tried to press the power button. From the locking of the device, even powering off. And at times, I've had to wait 2 to 4 minutes before the device starts responding and executes all the function. I tried doing in the interim 2 to 4 minutes. Is this normal? No, it's not normal. If you weren't having this issue before, yeah, it's definitely not normal, bro. But the good thing is Remarkable is really good with their customer service if you reach out to them, in my experience. It could be because I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. But they've been really good in my experience. But that's definitely not normal. Yes, it's normal. You changed your orientation to landscape. Change it back to normal and have the functionality you're expecting. Oh, is that right? It's not landscape. What happened is the device registered a gesture, but it's like it cramps and gets stuck processing. Okay, yeah. That's not normal. That's not normal. It's a device. Reach out to Remarkable. They're pretty good at helping people. What else we got here? A thank you to Ratta Supernote team. I thought this was interesting. A thank you note. I want to give a thank you to the Ratta Supernote team. I recently placed an order with them, and after it shipped, FedEx stopped showing any status updates after a couple of days. Then said they were investigating because they essentially weren't sure where the package was. Granted, I understand this is no fault nor under the control nor under the control of Ratta Supernote, but I reached out to them to make them aware of the situation, as I've had some issues with FedEx in the past, losing a package and then saying it was the responsibility of the shipper to replace it, while they simultaneously stopped responding to any attempts at communication from me. I reached out to support on their site and to you, Mulan, SN direct from the sub. So that's someone on Reddit here, or rather representative on Reddit. I spoke with a Serena from the support team, and both she and Mulan were not only very helpful and supportive, but both of them were great about keeping communication open and spoke to me like I'm an actual person rather than a number, the way most company reps do. Serena and Mulan followed up with FedEx, let them know that it was a large spread issue with them currently, as several orders had recently been delayed by FedEx. Unfortunately, not surprising, and then followed up with me with the status finally updated and the package was thankfully delivered. I've worked in customer service roles before, and I've had client-facing roles in onboarding and retention, and as someone with a background in those, it makes me appreciate the way they handled the situation even better. When I brought the issue up, I specified I knew it was not the fault of them, but I wanted to make sure they were aware of the situation, and as a result, they did not become defensive, as is more common in my experience. The bottom line, they were both extremely kind, treated me like an actual person, and genuinely helpful. All for a situation that they themselves had not caused. Man, I'll learn how to read one day, you guys. English is hard. So thank you Serena and Mulan for making a stressful situation for me a bit less so, and generally just being so helpful and communicative. I like this. I like, you hear so much about the bad stuff that happens. So it's nice when someone actually takes time to commend someone on the good things. You know what I mean? So, when you got a good story to talk about, I think you should. So, and that is going to be our eInk news for today. All right. Last thing going to talk about up here is the result that I've been getting out of the Mars 5. I'm so excited to talk about it. So I haven't been able to get an accurate model from any machine. Saturn 4 Ultra 16K, one of the best consumer 3D printers on the market. Not even out of the Form 4, which is one of the best industrial 3D printers on the market. So I'm covering all my bases here, trying to get this thing done. Nothing has worked until this morning. So can I zoom down here? Can I zoom? Wrong way. Okay. All right. Can we see this? All right. Here we go. This right here is can we? There we go. Maybe I should put some paper behind this. There we go. Oh, that doesn't work at all. I'm gonna have to pull this back here. There we go. Does that work? Oh, it doesn't. There we go. So you can kind of see this, chat. This camera up here needs to be changed now. Now the top down camera needs to be changed. But this is the sleeve the redesigned sleeve that I've been trying to get printed. That I've been trying to print for months now, and I finally got it. Now, inside of this nib right here is the crystal. Inside of the sleeve is the crystal nib. So that's been the struggle. The struggle has been creating this sleeve with an inside diameter that can fit the nibs that I want to put inside of it, but that has an outside diameter that will still fit into the stylus, the styli that I want to put it in. This is the first attempt that's worked. Can we? Oh boy. Yeah, I got to put a different lens on this top-down camera. I'll have a better lens tomorrow. But the point here is that this is like a success for me. The only thing I have to do now, now as dimensionally accurate as this is, and it is dimensionally accurate, that was the problem for me. The problem was getting dimensionally accurate prints. Getting an outside diameter that was accurate, getting the inside diameter that was accurate, getting the head and the shaft that size. I know, it's whatever, laugh it up. Getting everything the size that it needed to be. I only have to do one more thing with this for it to be perfect, and that's to make it a little bit longer. And that can be done without a redesign. I can just make that a little bit longer in the slicer. Bam, we're done. My problem before was that I was having to change so many things about the models that I was getting out, the prints that I was getting out of the printers, that I had to change the model. And when you have to change the model, then that affects other things. But it's so nice to have only one dimension that's off, that I can just elongate slightly and everything will be perfectly dialed in. That's the only thing I'm working on now, is getting this the length it needs to be. And I'm talking about, we're talking 0.2 millimeters. Yeah, 0.2 millimeters of distance on this, and it's as accurate as the model is. And that is the hope when you're 3D printing stuff, trying to get the prints as accurate as your model. And that takes some time sometimes. And sometimes it can't be done. But with the smaller printer, with the smaller pixel size, I was able to dial in settings to the degree to where I can get something that's like this. Ooh, look at that, chat. Holy cow. Will it, chat, stop it. Can I get that? That looks better than the top-down camera, chat. Holy cow. Listen, Sigma with this Sigma 30 mil, f1.4, the Tone, the Bokeh, real. Look at that. Holy chat. You don't even know. It's so great. Oh my. Okay, all right, I'm done. All right, that's gonna be it, chat. I removed the EMR instead of one of my Boox pens. Now I need to start the design of the pen I'm going to make. I will definitely need some help. Actually, let me know, Aaron. Let me know. I'm all here for you. And if you need some help with a perfect nib for that thing, you let me know. All right, everybody. That's gonna be it for today. I really appreciate you guys for being here. How are we doing today on the show? Did we? I didn't even look at analytics. We're doing okay. Like the show if you liked, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you're new and you're not subscribed already, there's a join button down there. There's a badge. You get that badge. You hit that join button. You get a badge by your name. Those badges are colorful. I like them. We're going to design new ones here pretty soon. Thanks to everybody for joining me. We got Dr. Ling. We got Mitch. We got Aaron. We got Hav. We got The Rock. Did I say Dr. Ling already? Probably did. Rob, we got Parm, we got Aaron. Who else we got? eInk came through today. We got Christina Ray came through today. Sanchez here today. Good morning. I think that was it. And we had Rants About Making was here. He does the good work. He does good work over there. Thanks for joining me. Consider joining us Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever we do the show. Rants About Tech, eInk, tech news, random stuff, all that. And nib stuff too. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. Oh, dollar special. You just got here, bro. No doubt. Peace.
you.